Yo, this is the Rizil Dizzil. We are out here, party peeps.
We're back and better than ever.
That's
I guess.
Rizzy. Yes. How you doing, Master Quan Chi?
I exist, yes.
How you doing, Allie?
I've never been better.
Never better. How's you guys' day going? I'll tell you how my day is going. I resigned from my job today.
Oh, congratulations.
I asked you, but I didn't want to bring it up if you didn't bring it up, because I know it's been hard.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the what is the tact? I appreciate the social tact that you had right there. That's much appreciated.
So are we celebrating or are we feeling sad? Where are we at?
I don't know yet. I think
I'm celebrating.
I'm glad somebody's celebrating. It's a pay increase, which is nice, and I'd be having probably more fun than I've been having. You know how like when you get older. I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, but when you get older in life, you know, as you get older in life, and you start to ferment a little bit more than. It's just like, no, don't use ferment. You start to think about like what it is in a job that you want, and like it's easy. Like when you're younger, you're just like, I just want money, or whatever the thing is. But as you get older, you start to be like, no, I just want like freedom, or I want a lot of vacation days, And so my thing is like fun. Like I just want to like go to work since I'm gonna be there for 8 hours and like have fun while I'm there for 8 hours. And so that's kind of been my thing recently. And so I'm just like, I just need a job that pays more than what I'm doing right now, and it's more fun, or the same level of fun. So I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. So how about you, Allie? How was your day today?
My day started off crying when I listened to NPR, and then I worked, and then I just watched The Mummy. So it's been fine.
Wait, whoa.
The emotional roller coaster.
I just went on an emotional roller coaster. Okay, wait. So did they start off crying?
NPR was really emotional for me today.
Because of NPR, or crying because of something else?
No, because of NPR.
What happened on NPR? Is it sad? Is it something? I'm assuming it's something you can talk about because it's NPR.
Yeah, it was about the war.
Whoa. That's an unfair assumption. NPR can get very,
Okay, you're right. Let me go and check NPR myself then, I guess. You said what?
It was just about war, and I was crying because there was a kid whose parents died, and it was really sad.
I just sit there, hear Bracy trying to like, don't laugh.
I need to explain.
This is sad. I'm supposed to be sad. I need to be sad.
I need to explain myself though. Okay, so this is what happened. Because what you said was sad, but just like literally a week ago, I was talking to an old supervisor of mine, and we were just catching up, and he told me that a kid passed away at a party and everybody thought that he would just passed out drunk because it was a party, and nobody realized that he was actually sitting there like his heart stopped. And at first it was like, dang, that's so messed up. And it was one of those like bad sense of humor type of things, and we started joking, and I kept calling him Little Timmy because I didn't know his name, and I kept saying, I'm sorry, Little Timmy. And when you said the kid died, I was like, stop thinking about Little Timmy right now. Stop thinking about Little Timmy. And I just couldn't help myself. And then, like, you started smiling.
And the whole time, he's laughing. He's laughing about little Timmy. He's laughing about the war kid. I
was laughing about little Timmy, who also died, unfortunately. So,
yeah.
I'm sorry, little Timmy, and other Timmy or whatever the kid's name is. I apologize.
Little Timmy. Anyone, any kid who
I'm
goes
just
through
gonna
something
mute
sad, his
myself for
name
the
is
rest
Timmy.
of this section today. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And
Cool.
I'm
Look,
muted.
as long as you're self-aware, that's cool. Also, in a previous conversation about knuckle tattoos that no one else was a part of except for people here, game over. That's what I would do.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. That's
Yeah.
a good one. And then just
Yeah.
the knuckles, not the
Yeah.
thumbs.
Yeah, not
Although,
the thumbs. 'Cause
what you could do on the thumbs, you could put like.
why would I do that?
Okay,
You're
no,
doing too
no.
much. You're doing too much. We had a good thing. I'm trying to keep it there.
You're right.
Keep it in this good thing.
It's yo knuckle tattoos.
Exactly.
So, what are we talking about today, guys?
Wait, we gotta hear from Daquan. Daquan, how was your day?
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My
I'm
day.
sorry. How was
I
your day?
woke up rather energized. You know, went to my job, did my thing, and then I came home. I went to Costco.
They have Squishmallows at Costco?
I don't think so. I don't believe that they have Squishmallows at. You know what? They might. They have anything at Costco. You
What
can find
kind
anything.
of Squishmallow do you want? Okay, so this is our segue right here. Bam, segue into fashion trends. What kind of Squishmallow do you want?
I've never owned one, but I've felt them, and of course they're really soft, and so I want one. I saw one that was first. My room is like very aesthetic. I know you guys can only see this part, but the rest of it is very well curated. So I need an aesthetic.
This is how you know
Squishmallow.
that you're an art history person, because you said curated.
Oh, I hate
Just
myself.
curated.
Wait.
That's literally the only word.
What? Wait. Do normal
No,
people
don't
use-
say anything, Daquan, because you've never said the word curated in a
Yes, I have.
conversation
Yes, I have.
with me before. No, you have not.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. It
Continue,
was
Allie.
exclusive. No. I'm gonna defend this point. I specifically said curated because I said I am an adult. I have all my TikToks and memes curated through YouTube.
Oh
I
my
definitely said that.
Okay, all right, that's fair. You know,
I said that.
Let me just mute myself really quick because clearly
Good,
I'm just
good.
out of
You obviously
bounds.
didn't learn from last time. You didn't learn. Anyway, back to
Back to you,
Allie and her Squishmallow.
and your Squishmallow in your curated room.
I want the moth one. I saw a moth one. I think it's gonna fit my
Blight.
bed pillows. It's my bed pillow. It's like this olivey green, but kind of like yellow in different lights, and I think would look really good. And I have like a fur blanket too, and I think it would just like really.
Do you have a giant lamp?
Yes, that's my light source right behind me.
Good. The moth needs the lamp.
How would you say that?
Do you not know that meme?
Oh no.
Okay, I'll send it to you guys later. It's a
Okay.
later thing. We're not going to derail the conversation about it, but it's the lamp. I love it.
I
had a friend who was-
many cat Squishmallows as I can.
Oh my god, please don't be that person. Don't be that
I
person.
have 2 in my office and 2 at home.
Bracy, we're really good friends.
I just need like 6 more and I'll be good.
Where did you
trying
get
to be a pseudo cat person?
At Weeb, WEEB stores. Weeb with a B, in case anybody's confused.
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah, and
saying.
there's definitely a lot of them in your area. If you want, I'll go and tell
There's a
you.
lot in Grand Rapids?
Yeah,
Are you
There's
sure?
there's some here. There's definitely a lot in Grand Rapids.
Weeb people know where the Weeb store, and when I say Weeb,
Yes.
I mean WEEB for the internet out there who thinks I'm saying something else. Weeb with a B, as in boy, or basketball, or the letter that comes before curated. Okay,
But anyway, yeah, they're
okay, so
bro, fashion.
fashion.
Oh,
All right.
fashion.
Like I said.
Oh my god.
Fashion.
Fashion.
So today we're talking about fashion trends, party peeps. And as you can see, I'm clearly very fashionable. However,
He got the drip going.
That's right, drip. So first off, I gotta say, even though it's not fashion trend, a trend in general, the word drip, it took me a second to like it, but I actually really like it. And I like that
No,
it's like it's becoming a professional thing that you can say, I like your drip in a professional setting, and people will respond positively. It's not like a creepy thing to say.
I don't think I would ever say that professionally.
That's fine. I've used it multiple times now, and like I've been like, wow, your drip is nice, and they'd be like, oh, thank you. And like it's not weird, and I'm like, oh, okay.
He has to prove that he's hip with all the kids.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
know
that
it's not
I
with
could say
kids.
that to like someone else my age, but like I would never say that to like my boss. And, well, he would have no idea what I'm saying.
Yes,
No.
I said it to
Here's
my
the
boss's
thing.
boss.
What if your boss says it to you?
He would never.
Yeah, we all think that, but one day, it all gets back to you.
That's right.
And when it does, I'll let you guys know. You'll be
Thank
the
you, I
first.
appreciate it. I want an immediate update.
Or he'll come to you and be like, wow, Allie, I like your drip. And then you'll be like, actually, the word is curated now. It's like completely, it's a completely different word that you're using now.
So, what do you guys think about fashion?
Well, fashion is very interesting. It's also really multifaceted. Like, high fashion is weird. Not, I don't want to say weird, but it's like very much like a thing that it's more art than practical.
Like avant-garde.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. You look at you trying to use those fancy words. We got
Yeah.
curated, avant-garde. All right. But yeah, I had a cousin who was into fashion, and I remember her doing like, she was like, I always focused on making like, what's the word? Where it's like, it's actually physically able to be produced on like mass produce or something like that.
Mm.
And she focused more on that. And then that was like different to like her contemporaries who are like trying to sit there and make something that's like, wow,
One-time,
blam.
yeah.
That's
That's interesting.
Yeah, no, look. It's,
I
It
took
is-
one fashion class when I was in school, and I didn't like it. I thought I was really gonna like it, and everyone in the class was really mean.
That's
I feel like I think that's the vibe. They're very competitive over there.
Yeah, it was way too cutthroat. I was like, relax. No. And especially like in like the like art majors, they're stressed out, but they're like pretty like chill. Art majors, no. Or fashion majors, very different. It was a very different experience.
I wonder if it's because it's so business focused. Like, you have to be on the cutting edge of everything.
Yeah, especially with like all like the fashion shows and everything, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, like I feel like I don't know. Like I haven't really. There's very few places in the professional world where I don't sit there and see like the cutthroatness of everything. Like,
I don't
One
like I see. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go, Allie.
What? I'm changing the topic.
Oh, okay.
So you're like, yeah, do it. So one time when I was in a different class, it was a communication class, they asked us like how you judge people when you first meet them, and it was like all these different categories. And one of them was like based on what they're wearing, and I'm the only person who was like, that's what I judge people on. And
That's so awkward.
Wait. So you judge people on what they're wearing?
Yes, but not in like are you wearing like something out of season, or like, oh, I can tell like your like class status. It's more of like, oh, like how do you choose to like clothe your body? Like what is your style? Like what is your like?
Yeah.
Are you dressing?
What's the vibe?
What's
Yeah.
the vibe?
That is
exactly.
so funny. And everybody was like, that girl right there, stay away. That is
Totally.
so
Like
hilarious.
she's the mean girl. Because I was like, oh, I base it off of like after an hour-long conversation, and it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Whoa. Not an hour-long conversation. 5 minutes. It takes 5 minutes. You can tell how interesting someone's going to be in the 5 minutes when you first meet them.
I want to say 7 seconds. Within 7 seconds, how someone's going to say hello to me tells me everything I need to know about them.
Okay, hello doesn't tell them everything.
There was a meme, and it was like black people can both insult and compliment people by what they wearing. Like, I'm just picturing Allie being like, okay, red bottoms.
Okay, speaking of that, okay, so if you're judging people based on their fashion choices, name some examples of something you would see and you would just be like, you know what, that just tells me this about you.
Okay, so I mean, this is perfect because I can remember this class. There was a guy that would make tie-dye shirts in our class, so he would only wear tie-dye because he made them. So, like, that was like, bro, why are you wearing tie-dye? Like, every single day you're wearing tie-dye? Like, who has that many tie-dye shirts? And it's like, oh, because he makes them and he sells them. So, like, I feel like that can be an example of...
True. I get that. I can understand making that leap.
I feel like I suck at, like, receiving first impressions, but I'm, like, excellent at giving first impressions. Because I'm not... I feel like because of, like, my... Like, I'm an engineer, my mindset is the mindset of an engineer, and it's really hard for me to make judgments off of what I just don't know. And so when I interact with a person who I don't know, it like for me it's more like puzzle pieces. And so I totally agree with you. I will 100% judge people based on what they're wearing, but like for like a vibe. And what I've learned to do in order to learn more about people, especially people who I don't know, I like to compliment things that I think they do well in their clothing that is something that I can't do. So, like, for instance, I would never get a piercing because it's just not my style. However, I'm 90% sure I would never dye my hair. Like, both of those things are things I'm pretty sure I would never do because it's just not me. And I've explored enough to know that those things are not for me. And whenever I interact with a person and I really like the way that they dyed their hair or like the places that they place their piercings, and it's like graceful, it's not like I just shoved a bunch of piercings on my face. I always want to be like, wow, that's really cool. Like, you know, what made you get that? Or like when people have tattoos in like certain locations, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like, what does that mean? Like, you know, and then once I get like that puzzle piece, like as they're telling me what it means or about the story or whatever, then I get a couple more puzzle pieces, and then I'm able to start to build that judge. So like, it's really hard for me to get like an instant read on a person when I interact with them the first time, but I do pick up on little things. For instance, one other little fun story. When I used to work in Grand Rapids, there was a guy who he took me out for training, and while we were driving around in his truck, what I noticed was that whenever we would have a conversation about things, he didn't ask me any questions. So whenever you're having a conversation, you're like, oh, da-da-da-da-da. What do you think about that? Oh, da-da-da-da-da. And then, like, you guys will go back and forth. But what I noticed is that he never asked a question to me. It was always like, he would make a statement, and then I might make a statement. But if I don't make a statement, then he would either change the subject or he would continue on, like, to follow up on his initial statement. He never, like, asked, like, a question to, like, continue the conversation. So, like, those are, like, little things that I'll notice that people do. And it's just because like I said, I'm just an engineer and I did a lot of...
No, that's not engineering. You've clearly never been a female on a date. You are describing a terrible date.
I mean, that is a terrible date. Also, this whole situation makes me feel like I'm just a terrible person. You're all like, oh, I look at their clothes and stuff like that. Gracie's like, I'm trying to figure out the thing. I'm like, look, until you prove to me that you're not boring, I don't pay attention to you.
Until you prove to me that you're worth my time to think, even
Like, I don't even-
you don't even get a first impression until you give me some inkling that you're worth giving a first impression to.
Yes. Basically, the first impression is the first time I actually notice your existence. Like, it's like, oh, we met many times before. Oh, I don't remember.
That is so funny.
But like,
Yeah, that's brutal.
it's not brutal, but like, okay, for example, this is a
it's
thing
like
at work that happens. It's just like, I will sit there and like I tell people like I'm not gonna remember your name at first. If you tell me your name, it's gonna take me forever before I actually remember your name. I'll remember all the conversations we've had. I remember all the little things you said about or stuff like that. I'll go through the whole gambit. I'm not gonna remember your name, mainly because I probably don't care. And it's not that I don't think that is exactly what it is. I don't think your name's important.
I just don't care.
It's just like, well, look, I'm not at that point where remembering your name is gonna be useful to me. And like, this is really fucked up because it's the same thing with like people's phone numbers. Like, it takes me so long before I actually save someone's phone number in my phone. Like, they'll sit there and message me a whole bunch of times, and I'll just be like, okay. And there's been so many times I got a message and I was like, it's a blank number. I have to scroll up through the message to be like, who is this? And I'll be like, and then after I do that a couple times and feel bad, that's when I start to be like, maybe I should put this name in here. Like,
I get that. I'm literally the exact same way with text messages. Like, I like, we have to go back and forth enough to where I lost your name up in the chat somewhere, and then when I'm like, who is this person? I'll scroll. Oh, okay. Let me save this because we've actually talked now, and I completely forgot what your name is.
Nah, I'm worse. I've known people for years, still haven't saved it. It's like, it just, look, I don't call or text you enough. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
But not bad enough to save their name.
Not bad enough to actually change anything. That's the cutoff point, when I feel bad enough to actually change my behavior.
That is hilarious.
We haven't reached that point yet.
So my question is, and I think I asked this earlier when we were talking before, are there some things that stay fashionable permanently?
Yes.
I wouldn't say. Oh, okay, go ahead. My whole thing is I wouldn't say permanently.
Well, yeah.
I believe in cycles.
You can build your own context, whatever you think. Like, if you say yes, then I want to know why.
So
Yeah,
I was
go
thinking about. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions.
I was thank you. I was thinking about this at work earlier. And like staples, right? Like, okay, not the store.
Like, you were thinking about staples.
No, like staple items in your closet. Right? Like,
Okay.
called classic. So I feel like every woman owns like a little black dress, right?
Or
like,
basics.
I own a little black.
I know,
dress,
not
too,
basics. This
Not
is not a
basics?
basic. This is a
Okay.
staple in your closet, a little black dress.
Like, it's
Okay.
just a woman thing. Like, you.
No, it's a man thing. It's no. So like, for example,
no, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, as a woman, you just own a black dress in your closet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes. Like, as a guy or a man or whatever, I'm sure there's certain things that you probably just have that most.
You have like a suit or tie
would just
or
have.
something like that. Okay.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Little black dress is not like, I wouldn't say like withstanding time. You know, it's not transcending, but I mean, it's probably like, at least in the past 100 years, people know what a little black dress is, right?
Would you say it's fashionable though, or are you saying like everybody just has one?
I think it's always. She's saying it's always fashionable. Like it's.
And I think
you will always,
everyone always has one.
and you can always wear a little black dress.
I'm curious about this then. I wanna put a pin just slightly into the if things can permanently stay fashionable. I not just asked that, but so I have a slightly different question.
Okay.
When we're talking about fashionable, are we talking about things that look cool, or are we talking about things that people wear? Because when I was in college,
Back in my day.
people would wear, like, it was quote unquote fashionable to show up to class either in your pajamas or in sweats, like full sweats. I'm talking like, 10 girls who were like bad, and they would show up to class every single day in sweatpants, which is fine. But because so many people did it, in my head I was like, I wonder if that's like fashion, like that's just what you do. But like, you see those same girls on Saturday, they dressing completely different, not in sweats.
I've never worn sweatpants to class ever in my entire life.
You would be the person who talks to me. It's like, no, sweatpants do not. That's not a staple in my closet. Thank you.
It's not. I own 2 pairs, and I wear them to sleep.
Okay, but even
that seems so hot.
Even still, would you say that, not you necessarily, but Daquan, you can answer too, like, do you think that sweatpants are fashionable in that sense? Because everybody wears them. Or do you think that they're not fashionable, they're just something that everybody wears? Like a little black dress, for instance.
I would say that they're not necessarily... I would say that they're not fashionable anymore. I would say that, yes, the period of time you're talking about, they did become fashionable.
I don't think they're fashionable. I think they were just trendy.
I mean, what is trendy but fashionable?
Fashionable is like, fashion is like a statement. It's like,
Yes.
like up here. Oh. And trend is like something that comes and goes. And also like the 18-year-old women that are wearing these to class, like, okay, cool, yes, they're on this trend, but it's not like, I feel like fashion is this like self-expression, this idea, this like concept that you can create with clothing and through material. Yeah, exactly. It's this entire thing. Or something trendy is like, okay, SpongeBob slippers were a thing. Like, that's not fashion, but it exists.
I can appreciate a person who,
that's fair,
who can rock something that I can't rock. And I'm gonna point this out. I think everybody should spend some time trying to figure out what they think they look good in. I'm not saying that you can't look good in anything. However, I think if you spend some honest time with yourself and you say, I feel comfortable in this and I feel like I look good, then it's something that you can rock. Whether other people think that or not, I don't think matters. But I think there's some outfits that I see that I'm like, that looks sweet on you. I can't rock that, but it looks sweet on you.
Back to the point you were saying before, where you were talking about like someone being able to go and wear things. I feel like if we go to the definition of fashion, I feel like that is kind of what fashion, or at least high fashion is wearing something that instead of it, like the concept you just said, where it's like you feel yourself looks good, is you wear it and it makes what you're wearing look good. Like wearing it with like that type of confidence to push it past, the okay, that's weird type of thing. Like,
I don't know. You're confusing me.
So, for example, you were sitting there saying, "Hey, some things are trendy; they're not fashionable." And I'm saying, when trying to figure out what's the difference between trendy and fashionable, I'm coming to the conclusion of, I feel that I think things that are fashionable can also be trendy. But I think that a way to get something from trend to fashionable is to just wear it enough to the point where it breaks out of the trend. But, I could be wrong.
No, I see your point. I think, like, yeah. I have a good example, but I understand what you're saying, and I agree.
Look, it's okay. Look, we've reached an understanding. That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Great. I love it.
What's your favorite thing to wear?
Go ahead.
Anybody.
That's weird.
That's
jewelry.
Weird. Like my question was weird.
Yeah, because it's like, what's my favorite thing to wear?
Well, some people are like Jordans. I don't know, like my such and such Jordans. I can't even make up because that's how little I care about Jordans. I almost call them tennis shoes, and I know somebody be like, they aren't tennis shoes. Like,
I mean, they are tennis shoes.
That's how little I care about Jordans. I can't even make up an example of my such and such, my Mach 23 Jordans. I don't even know what they would actually be called.
I like jewelry. Like, I feel like that, like, elevates any outfit you're wearing, like, how you accessorize it. Like, I'm wearing, like, a black sweater, but if I put, like, a statement necklace with it, like, next level. Or if I put, like, different, like, fancy earrings in, like, next level. If I have a big statement ring, like, it just adds that extra touch to it to really complete.
I will say this. Take it how you want. Allie, after all the years that I've known you, you have one of the best, like, styles. Like, what's the word? What's the word? Consistent. Like, you have one of the best consistent styles. Like, I don't want to say you don't try things, but, like, you always, like, everything that you do is within your range of style. Like what makes it stylish for you, like, it stays in that range. Like, everything I've seen.
He has a vibe.
Yeah, like, you found your vibe, and then you stick within that vibe. Not that you don't try things, but it's like that looks good on you.
I know how to
cool.
dress my body, and I've like figured out like what looks best on my body type, and then I find different pieces that match that.
What
like when you
best
were
on
saying,
me are cats.
Stop.
huh?
Stop. No, he's being stupid. Don't pay attention to him. Don't pay attention to him. Just leave him.
I can't.
Leave him
When
out.
you were saying
cats, I'm good.
See.
Oh no.
See, I told you. You gave him attention. Look what happened. You shouldn't have did it. Anyway, another interesting thing. So, if we're going to talk about like what Bracey said about you and consistent style, it's kind of the similar thing to when they do outfits and things like that for like movies and stuff like that. They try to find that kind of consistent style, so that way in every scene, even though they're wearing different clothes, they still fit us aesthetic. You know, I think that's a good word for it. I was watching the new Knives Out, and they were talking about how they were trying to find all these different pieces that, like, you know, typified the aesthetic of the character, but still was different and colorful, and then separated everyone else out from, like, the rest of the cast, because it's an ensemble cast. So you still need to do something to make them look different, but still follow the same aesthetic.
It's a great example.
You know, chock full of.
It's very practical.
When you were saying before, like finding what you're comfortable in or something like that, you know, I can't remember what you said about that, but I can't tell you how many different I know it's like women too, but men specifically, like I think have a hard time like finding what they are comfortable in, and like need that, like, okay, we're gonna go into like H&M. Things are relatively cheap. You can get a lot of basics. Here's your 7 shirts. Here's your 4 pants. Try them on. And here's how you style them. And here's how you should roll them. And like, look where this hits on your shoulders. Look at the color combination we're doing. Now we can add this jacket. Like, I love doing that. I've done that for like, I can think of like 5 men off the top of my head. And they just need that, right? Like, they just don't understand. And then they have that. And then they feel really confident and happy when they wear that. And I think it's nice to have someone else's perspective of like, no, you do look good in that. You should wear that more.
There you go. What do you say Daquan for? That was unnecessary. I don't understand. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to? What are you trying to? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm just trying to say. I feel like I was shocked. Look. I purposely chose to get 20 of the same shirt so I don't have to make a choice every day.
I purposely chose to be a cartoon, okay?
I did. I wanted to be a cartoon kid. No, because, like, there's a whole thing where it's like, you know, your ability to make choices is limited. And I was like, I don't really care. Most of the time, every day, like, if I'm going out somewhere or something like that, I'll do something different. But if I'm going to work, I'm like, bro, I'm about to wear this shirt. Like, it's the same shirt. I know it looks nice.
I'm just imagining you show up to work every day wearing the same thing and like, Hey, bro, you wore the same shirt like 3 days in a row.
No,
I
nobody
didn't.
questions it.
This is a different shirt, bro.
No, look, minimalist.
All I'm hearing is that you don't want to go shopping with me.
Okay, first off, why are you trying to like flip it like that? That was unnecessary. Like, you didn't even ask me to go shopping, so why are we making this a thing? That wasn't even the whole thing. If you wanted to go shopping, exactly. She trying to like make me feel bad. I was like, that wasn't even on the table. Like, that wasn't even the conversation. There was no invitation. There was no nothing. All of a sudden, it's like you're trying to avoid.
I'm actually very curious. I want. We should make this like a on the go episode of Allie and Daquan at H&M.
I wouldn't.
Can it not be H&M?
Yes, please.
Let
it be H&M.
Can we not be H&M? I'll go to any other place. Hold on, there's other places.
Affordable. That's why.
H&M.
Please, not H&M. There's many other places. I will have to look up Grand Rapids stores, but there's a lot of other places that we could go to that I'll be like, yes, this is fine. H&M, I'll just be like,
She said the weeb store.
no, we're not going to the weeb store. You never buy clothes from the. Okay, you buy a single shirt from the weeb store.
The weeb store
buy
is
that
for one shirt at a time.
at a time. Yes.
And now
Yes.
I have a weeb pile that I've separated out from the rest of my clothes. So normally when we do a podcast, I'll grab the next shirt off the top of the pile. But today I was like, I actually like what I was wearing, so I was like, I'm just gonna wear this.
Yep. No, weave shirt is essentially making it a slight little thing that I can wear that like other people can reference. Like one thing I do want, I want to get a Capsule Corp jacket like that.
Okay.
That would be pretty dope. That would be dope. I would do that.
I feel
It's
like
okay,
you
we'll show
need
you
the
later.
shoes though. You need the shoes.
No, shut up. You're doing too much. See, here's the thing. But yeah, we could definitely do this. We're just not H&M. We'll do the episode. It'll be great content.
Wait, really?
Yeah, if you want, I don't mind. You just have
You have to come to Grand Rapids.
I'll come to Grand Rapids. I don't mind. It's just we gotta do the planning because
We can figure that out.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
really.
So here's the thing. Scheduling is always annoying, but yes, we'll make it work for you specifically. I'll make it work.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ask and you shall receive.
Please only
That's
shop
true.
at H&M. And our sponsor for
No.
today is H&M. If
H&M.
you'd like to.
Yep.
H&M, if you would like to sponsor us, just shoot me a text message or an email. I can't promise I will save your phone number though. But
Literally
we'll see.
2 letters.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I think that my like aesthetic choices would be boring to you. I don't know.
Well, what are your aesthetic choices?
I'm a very plain person. My whole point is to sit there and be as subtle as possible. And so I just do a lot of basics. If I'm going to do anything, I'll just do something very basic and then do different layers and stuff on that.
My thing is that I'm not trying to change someone's like personal style because I can't determine what they think is fashionable, but it's how confident you feel in what you're wearing and how you like wear it on your body. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I have yet to wear a suit that I was like,
Sure.
I look good in this.
Yeah, but that's probably also because you've never got a tailored suit.
No, I've gotten tailored suits.
You've gotten a...
Yes, even the one that I wore for my wedding. I was just like...
Didn't you wear like a...
You didn't wear a
wasn't it
full
tan?
suit.
I had a full suit. I just didn't wear the whole thing.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you're not wearing the right color.
I don't know if it's color or style. I just got another tailored. It was just a straight black tuxedo, because I did a wedding over the summer, and I was like, I'll buy it, and they tailored it for me, and I looked
There's
at.
different types of tailoring though.
I know, and and what I did was I was like, that looks really good on that guy. I was like, can you make me look like that? And she was like, yeah, sure. And so she did the cuts, and she was like, "This is the suit jacket that you want," and blah 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 blah. And then I put it on and looked in the mirror, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I don't look like that guy."
I have a question.
Yeah.
What about that guy is what made you be like, yeah, I want to look like that?
It's not I want to look like that. His style is a style that I don't think I can rock. And I felt like I was like, it looks so good. I feel like I could rock it. I just don't think I can. It's just not me. Like, I'm trying to do something that's not me. And I don't think I'm a suit person.
You should wear that suit in the next episode so I can see what it
Oh
looks
my
like.
gosh. If you know anything about me, Allie, is that if it were possible to be socially acceptable and not wear clothes at all times, that would probably be me.
Yeah, that's I'm leaning on that. Little clothes as possible.
And Little Maverick embraces that at all times. As
He
we seen
does.
in the
Oh my
last
god,
episode.
it's hilarious.
As we seen in the last episode.
This man immediately is like, no, wow, freedom.
He walks in the door and as he takes his shoes off, he takes the rest of his clothes off. And we've had to train him to drop his clothes in the laundry basket. So now now he comes in, he takes his shoes off, socks off, and his shirt and his pants, and balls it all up, and then walks and then opens up the gate and then drops all his clothes into the laundry basket.
I feel like little kids do that though.
I think it is a common
He does
little
it
kid thing.
everywhere. Like when we go to other people's houses, that's like my measurement of how comfortable he is. Like if we go into somebody's house and he's clothed, I'm like, okay, he's like, some kids are like, I'm gonna be shy, I'm not gonna talk. He's just clothed. That's how I know he's not comfortable. When he takes his clothes off, that's like, okay, he's happy to be here now. He's comfortable. We can have a good time.
I have a cousin, and he's the youngest of 4 kids, and he's the only boy. And so when he was little, he used to take his clothes off everywhere too. And we were at a restaurant, and he's like stripping down into his like diaper under. I think he was little, and my aunt was like, "It's fine. He's not hurting anybody at this point, and he's not hurting himself." So like the fight was done. She was like, "He's the 4th kid. We're trying to eat. He's fine. He's not hurting anyone. I don't care. We're good."
Also, kudos to those parents for having 4 kids and being like, you know what? This is a kid 1 problem, not a kid 4 problem.
Totally.
Kid 4,
I feel like
he's eating. Hey, he's eating.
Right. Seriously.
I feel like that is how it always is. Like, I don't know. Like, the differences between me and how my brother are is like, oh yeah, I can clearly see, like, there's just there's certain things that I had to go through so that you, my brother, cannot be burdened with. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with taking that sacrifice.
You walked so he could run.
I love have you seen I think it was like
I crawled so he could eventually run. Like I had to sit there and climb through army crawl through all the other stuff so they could be like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the right way. Yes.
I think it was like a Pampers commercial or something, and it was like all sweet and like child number 1. Like it was like it like glides onto the screen when you have your first child, and like they're like putting the baby in the thing, and they buy the extra safe, car seat, and they strapping them in, and they doing the thing with the thing, and the mom's like, oh, gotta get that special soap and the special this and the special that, and then it's just like a straight jump cut, and then the music stops, and like the dad's in the shower, and then it was like kid number 2, bam, and like the mom walks into the bathroom with the kid, and she just opens up the shower and hands the kid to the dad in the shower, and he just takes the kid and closes the shower door.
Yeah,
And it was like veteran parents choose Pampers, bam. That was great.
Look, it happens. It happens.
Like, dang, okay, I'm sorry. Let me get Pampers from now on or something.
Nah, man, don't fall into the marketing. How much of fashion do you think is marketing?
Ooh, that's a great question. That is a great question.
All of it.
I was about to say probably all of it.
Damn.
Oh,
Because, but
I
not,
was trying to.
no. Go, Allie. Go, Allie.
When you said earlier that like trends, if they like outlast the trend, they become fashion, and I was thinking like, yeah, because Kim Kardashian started wearing like sweatpants with like her Skims like tops, and everybody does that, and then I was like, no, wait, that's not a trend outlasting fashion. Kim Kardashian is a fashion icon. She made that a trend. It's like the opposite. So like that wasn't a good example, but like that's her marketing her stuff, and now like you see like people are wearing like the sweatpants with the like shapewear as their top, which is like, okay, like you do that, you do you, but like that's the power of marketing.
Yeah, I think, and now, you know, and with social media and stuff, marketing isn't advertisement companies anymore. It's like everybody. Like, I'm marketing my style to other people now. So, like, I almost said e-girls.
I gotta bring that up.
It's like you just had to. We was having a really good chat, and then you had to say e-girls. I was thinking about how some people will post like part of their story in the morning. If you kind of like me and you watch people's stories like first thing in the morning. Some people will post on their story like what they're wearing at the beginning of the day, and it'll just be like, this is me, and then like that's their whole story. And it's like like the outfit of the day, and it's kind of like what I was saying earlier about you. Like it's like you're trying to build that zone of like, this is what I wear and this is my style, so that other people could be like, ooh, that's sweet. Oh, okay, I like their style. Like that's how they, you know. And then, you know, if they wear clown shoes, you'll be like, yeah, no, that's not their style. Like I know that that's not their style.
I don't know. I always thought that was weird, but it's weird to do that to send to the world, but it's interesting when like they do those reflections of when they see their past selves and all the iterations that they went through. That's interesting. But as like a promotion of like, this is my fashion style, I always thought of like it's a weird thing. But I guess if you're like, you know, that's what you're about, and I guess it works.
I don't know. I like experimenting. I still don't feel like I've like solidified my boundaries.
I like experimenting too. I remember the last thing, I haven't did this yet, but I want to start wearing yellow shirts.
What's that face for, Allie?
He goes, I buy 20 of the same shirt, and then he goes,
okay, listen.
I like experience.
Obviously, Allie didn't. She focused in on one part and didn't listen to the whole thing.
It was funny too, because the second you said it, her face was like,
yeah. So what happened was, what I do is, for my like things where I'm just like, it's every day I'm about to just go to work, I just have the same shirt. It's a gray shirt that I wore, that I bought. I bought like 10 of them.
Is gray even in your color palette?
Gray is in every color palette.
I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna have. Okay, yes. So
sounds like y'all need to curate some. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But and so I do that then for like times when I'm like, oh, okay, we're going to go out somewhere, or we're going to go hang out. I have a whole separate like other clothes that I wear, and those I have like color and stuff like that. There's times like right now I was in a very much, I like browns, and so I like wearing brown with different things. I like to dive more into a whole bunch of earth tones, and I still kind of wanting to do that. And that is what made me want to decide, like, you know what? I think I can go and pull off a yellow. I think I could do it.
I will say this, and it's not counter to my point earlier, but I do also know people who intentionally wear outfits that I wouldn't say aren't in their style, but like are definitely near the bottom of like what you would consider like comfortable for them or in their style. And they do that often enough so that when they wear something that they want you to notice, you notice it. And I say that because, Daquan, it's really funny. You're one of the few people that I know that just wears plain colored shirts, like t-shirts.
Yeah.
And you'll just, like, each time I see you, it'll just be a different color plain shirt. Like, instead of buying your shirts from, like, a clothing store, sometimes I'm like, did he buy those from, like, Joanne Fabrics? And they're just all, like, plain one-colored shirts.
Cut out the fabric. So
Yep, I
The
sold
black
them myself with my sewing machine. I just sat there, did it all. I said I wanted it to be exactly to my
But
specification.
then when you're fashionable, I'm like, oh, dang, Daquan trying to step it up today. Like, okay, I see you. All right.
First off, and I hate it when I do it because then I'll sit there and they look at me like, "Oh, you're not like a bum today," and I'm like, "Oh, you think I'm a bum? Like, is that what you think of my wedding?" Like, I'll go over his house and he's like, "Oh, what are you looking all nice for?" And I'm like, "I just decided to wear this today. Why?
And look at
Why?"
that. They judging you based off what you wear. We have come full circle. Come full circle. Well, party peeps, that was our show for today. This has been The Real Deal. We will be back again next week, Tuesday at 8:30. Pop in and say what's up. Peace out.
See ya.